Guys, in this video I'm going to tell you why this might be the best time to get online and find a great Filipina girl. I'm going to tell you what are some of the best dating sites and how do you know if you have a good girl or not. Stay tuned. So why do I say this might be the best time to get online and find a good Filipina on a dating site? Well, normally what I tell people is I say, hey, best to have boots on the ground, be here in the Philippines, and much easier and a better way to find a good Filipina. Well, a lot of people are not going to be coming to the Philippines this year. We don't know exactly when things will open up. Rumors are it won't be until September till things start to go back to normal. Other information has stated that foreigners may not be able to travel to the Philippines till next year. So now is a pretty good time to go ahead and get online. And with the whole COVID-19 thing going on, there are a lot of Filipinas at home because they're not able to work, they're not able to go to school, so there are a lot more online than ever before. What does that mean? That means there's also probably a lot more scammers. But on the flip side, there's also a lot more really great girls that might not normally be on the dating sites. They might have been normally too busy to be on a dating site. They were, they were working, they were going to school, and so they weren't normally even on dating sites. So now is a good opportunity. You just have to kind of know what you're doing to weed through the bad ones and find the really good ones. Make sure you watch to the end of the video where I'm going to list off the 3 free dating sites that you can get online and find a good Filipina. Alright, so how do you know that you have a good Filipina or not when you're chatting online? It's much easier to know this when you've met in person. You can see whether there's chemistry or not. You can kind of get a feel of what kind of a person they are. But online, obviously much harder. So let's go through some things. Number 1, does her message seem personal? Or does it seem like it's a copy and paste message that just gives her information, hey, my name is this, I'm this age, I live here. And it sounds like it's just a copy and paste and it's been sent to a bunch of guys, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, is she throwing out crazy things like, hey, I want to get into an online relationship immediately. You've talked to her for an hour and she's already throwing out the I love yous. That's just unrealistic. I get that some people have started online relationships before they've ever met, and usually that's because maybe they've chatted for quite a long time and they've been video calling on a daily basis. I get that, so I'm not going to tell you not to do that. Personally, I don't think it's a great idea because things can change when you meet in person. Do you have great chemistry when you meet in person? I think that is extremely important. To me, one meeting in person is more important than 1,000 chats and 1,000 video calls. But I get it, so I certainly understand that. However, throwing out the I love yous and entering into these online relationships, it's just unrealistic when you've only been chatting a day, an hour, a few weeks. So when you do start chatting with a Filipina, and let's talk about some of the warning signs, okay? One warning sign for me is, do they have a social media account? A lot of girls, like if you ask them, hey, do you have Facebook or something? And a lot of girls will say, oh, no, I don't have Facebook. I don't believe that ever. Whenever they say that, it brings up a red flag to me. Besides the I love yous and let's get into a relationship, which is another red flag. The girls that say, no, I don't have any, I have a phone number or I'll have Skype or something like that, I never trust any of those. To me, that seems like it's going to be a scam. 99.9% of the girls here in the Philippines have Facebook or WhatsApp. Facebook Messenger, if you remember, is a free app that people here in the Philippines can use. No matter if they don't have any money and they don't have load to purchase for their phone to get data, Facebook Messenger is free, so they can always message, so it's a great way. So even if you personally don't have Facebook, I would recommend at least downloading the Facebook Messenger app. Another one that's very popular here is WhatsApp. If you don't feel like you want to bring a Filipina over to your Facebook page right away, because all your family and friends are there and you don't want 1,000 likes and comments on your Facebook yet until you know she's a good girl, then use WhatsApp. WhatsApp works as well. Um, Another warning sign is, does she not want to do video calls? Okay, so if she's not even willing to do a video call, who do you know is really on the other end of the line there? You don't. She's got to be willing to do a video call so you can see in person, see where she lives, make sure she really is a Filipina and she's not from Nigeria. The famous Nigerian scams. So that's really important. So what are some other things to look for? Well, another thing is multiple Facebook and social media accounts. Typically Facebook. If they have multiple Facebook accounts, for me that's always a red flag. And I'm not talking about, I know things will happen, like maybe somebody actually got locked out of their Facebook and maybe they had to create a second one. That's easily verifiable. You could go and look at the oldest post and see how long ago it was. But for me, that's always a red flag, so be careful with that. Of course, the most famous one is just simply asking for money. Now, granted, during this time period, with the COVID-19 and so many Filipinos not working, will she ask for money? Immediately. That would be a red flag. Now, if it's a girl you've started to get to know and she asks for a little bit of money for food, my opinion on this is a bit different than what it used to. The only reason is because I'm living here in the Philippines and I know that these people are really struggling. So if somebody did ask you for some money down the line, a couple weeks, a month, whatever, once you've been chatting on a regular basis, I'm not going to tell you to send money or not. It's up to you and how much. I'm just saying, normally I would tell people don't ever send money to a Filipina. I would only send money for load, to enable you guys to be able to talk on a daily basis and video chat. I think that's acceptable. You guys can use ding.com or Ding Connect. I'll scroll that across the screen. And Ding does have a app, really fairly easy to use. So if you want to maintain a relationship and video chat and stuff, then granted, you probably have to spend a few bucks a month just to be able to do that. They don't have a lot of extra disposable income at this period of time. Again, if she's asking for money for things and food right off the bat, then that would be a big red flag, of course. But understandably, at this point in time, things are rough here. So, I wouldn't necessarily say the girl is a bad girl because she's asked for a little bit of money for food. Things are a bit different than what they normally are like here. So, all right, and the last thing I want to talk about is just two last warning signs. Number one, does she send you a nude photo? If a girl sends you a nude photo, yeah, fantastic. You just got to see this hot girl nude. But if she sent it to you, she's probably sent it to a lot of other guys. And I just wouldn't go there. It's probably not the type of girl. It's not a good girl, and it's not a girl that you would probably want to have a serious relationship if she's sending out nude photos to yourself and to who knows how many other guys. So certainly that would be a major red flag. Also, does she appear online and show active status, but she says she's busy or she's not available, and you've messaged her, and has she looked at your message? You can see on Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp that she's read your message and maybe not replied. That could be a warning sign that she's chatting with multiple guys. You just don't know. Now, you just have to be careful with that. If she's saying, hey, I'm busy, I got to go do this, I got to go do that, don't always buy that. Not if they've already read your message and they still appear online. So you got to be careful. I mean, where are they going? They're at home 99.9% of the day here. It's locked down, so they can't be that busy, right? So that's really about it, guys. I promised you the 3 dating sites that I would recommend because they are free, and those 3 dating sites are Badoo.com. I'll run those across the bottom of the screen. So www.badoo.com, tagged.com, and of course Date in Asia. Those are all free. Easy to use, pretty popular here in the Philippines, so give those a try, guys. Now, if you want a really great paid dating site, you can go to Christian Filipina. There's a link down in the description. It is a bit pricey, but you can find some really good quality women there. But if you just want the free ones, then Tagged, Badoo, and Date in Asia will certainly suffice. So guys, let me know some of the warning signs that you've come across, things that you watch out for. Down in the comments, we'll have that conversation. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.